You. So today we'll be talking about how to blood decay in 7.1.5. Or in the future, if you're looking from this before. I mean, from 7.2. It's probably going to be the same thing, judging by how it looks. So basically, first we're going to be talking about talents. So, bloodworms. It's complete trash. You don't want to take it. If someone tells you it, they're wrong. Because, like, you're not going to get that much crit. Crit is like your lowest stat, only if you're damaged. Heartbreaker is it's good, but I want Blood Drinker. Blood Drinker is like good burst healing. If you can't afford a death strike, you hit Blood Drinker. Or just for damage, because you're going to do more damage than Heartbreaker. For this talent, it's a toss-up. If you're getting one shot, use this. If you're not, use that, because with this, you have Rune Tap. You don't need that. I will talk about Rune Tap later. But you always want to go with this baseline, because more damage, right? It's going to kill a boss faster. And you're going to get more death strikes in from using this. For this, you never want to take this. It's another vampire blood, essentially, but like, you already have one. So why use it? Blood tap is okay, but it's no archery or whatever the fuck it's called. For this, if anyone tells you use red thirst or whatever mark of blood, no. Tombstone is still trash. I hope it becomes better, but it's still trash. You want to go with red thirst. This is just utility. So, I see a lot of Death Knights use this will of the whatever. It's only good if you're constantly at 35% health, but how your class works negates the effect, right? So, fights like Gorm, maybe Rune Tap. Yeah, okay. So Mythic Gorm, you want to use Rune Tap? Or high burst one, like Sarger, Rune Tap. It just makes it easier compared to let's say you're taking Scorpion. You're not gonna take Rune Tap, because like, why would you? You get 1% extra healing baseline, right? And you have more health, right? So you're gonna be more defensive over Rune Tap, right? And this, you never want to take regularly, right? It's a 4-minute CD, and this redirects the damage, right? So, reading the tooltip, it says 20% of the damage you take is redirected, right? So, it's for survivability. People will say it's for single target. They're wrong, because you may get a damage boost, but that's going to save your ass with Rune Tap, or just solid baseline defensive. Bone Storm is for LOL AoE. I will go into that with stats. So, how your rotation is going to look like, most people will be like, oh, hit Heart Strike as much as you can. Well, they're not wrong, but how I play is, like, on pull, let's do a pull timer, right? I will use Potion, go in, taunt, right? Get 2 stacks, D&D. Hit some Heart Strikes, because you're not gonna hit Death Strike immediately, right? And so I have no runes. So with the 4 set, see, no problem. But I will hit Blood Drinker for the damage aspect, right? But let's say you're in a pickle on the pull, right? You're doing Mythic Pluses, you already have 10 stacks, right? So how would you normally pull would be like Death Grip and that. Then Blood Boil. But like, let's say you're pulling something. This is generally the range of Blood Boil. Right here, right? So in Mytho Pluses, you want to determine how far the mob's away from your Blood Boil. That's the only utility you have with Blood Boil. And with Blood Drink, the cool thing is, right, you can do this. Run out and move the boss, right? So you won't have downtime if you're trying to max your DPS. Then, let's do another full timer, right? So this is what I usually do, right? Bam. Spam. Hit the taunt really fast. Get your bone shields. Then your rotation is going to look like this. And during hero, you never want to keep your runes capped. Never. Runic is a different story, but getting that extra bone shield or heart strike, well, it's a pickle. Try not to get into that. I would suggest death strike into like a heart strike. Try to weave it in, right? But if you're running bone storm, like let's say I get into a dilemma like this. Bam. See, I got a proc with my foresight, right? So I'm pretty much screwed here, right? So this, boom. Right? Since I did this, I have so much runic to spend, right? But you never want to take Bone Storm single target. Only if it's like Starger for those ad cleave, because it's gonna map out to do more damage depending on how long the ads are up, right? But Spellblade is a good example. You can use Bone Storm if you're not dying. In Mythic Plus, you definitely want to use it. And how you want to use the defenses, right? Vampiric Blood, have it all the time, right? Because if you have the belt, if you don't have the belt, never use it all the time. But since I have the belt, my Vampiric Blood is generally around 30 seconds to 40 seconds cooldown, right? And so you can get a fuckload. But let's say you have shit legendaries, right? And I have the bracelets, but my Mythic Plus, I always go with speed, right? Because it's going to finish it faster. That's going to get you to 3 chest radius, right? So, basically, your ideal legendaries is the shoulders and the belt. And for Mythic Pluses, if you're not dying, don't use the shoulders. Because you're gonna move like, this is what it will look like. Like, no one wants to tank with this, right? So I'm gonna use the boost. If you don't have the boost, then rip DPS for your comp. But anyways, to the stats, right? So generally, your stat priority is little everywhere. People say haste, versatility, haste, whatever. Haste is hands down the best, right? And that's a funny death I name. Anyway, so you want to get your with Bone Shield up around 40 to 50% haste. I have 45. It's just enough, right? But then you want to spec into some versatility. If you have the Ichor Trinket, don't care about versatility because it's gonna save you. But if the boss is not one-shotting you or the healers don't hate you, you can build for DPS because if you're skilled enough, you can do a fuckload of damage. So how it's gonna look like is item level. Q for that. It's flat out eye level. Everything else doesn't matter. If you have more strength, strength is going to equate to more health, and I mean more health is a defensive stat. Definitely, right? But if it doesn't have haste, do not equip it. Only if it's the tier set, for example, this or the belt, right? But oh yeah, and best racials, right, is Worgen. I don't agree with it. I would say human, then Night Elf, right? But if you're a Horde, Blood Elf is the best. And best in slots does not exist. If you farm as many mythic pluses as I do, haste eye level upgrades is the best. But I'm lacking some versatility. So how you wanna tank, right? As a Blood Decay is pretty simple. You just know mechanics and use defenses. Rune Tap is your best friend, but Vampiric Blood, if you take a big fuckload of spike, right? I'm talking about one shot. Hit Vampiric Blood like Chris Brown hitting Rihanna, right? You want to hit it really hard and get a big fat Death Strike, right? Death Strike will hit for like 3 mil, right? With Vampiric Blood, 3 mil with that is fucking huge, right? What makes it even better is if you have these. Your best traits is this. And maybe in 7.2 it's going to be that Death Strike one, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to be that, the eye levels, right? And people say, oh, eye level matters. No, it doesn't. Because as a defensive, Vampiric Blood is so strong, right? Having a Legendary Belt and Red Thirst makes it broken, right? And your best in slot trinkets is debatable. Because at a low eye level, Dark Moon deck is superior. But when you get to high eye levels, if you're taking a fuckload of damage, it's a lot of high physical spikes, the Dark Moon deck is not going to help. If it's low physical, mythic pluses, whatever, then sure. But if it's like mythic tyke, you want to shift to not I command, this one, right? Because if you drop low, it's a safety net. And like, that's what the same thing with Purgatory, but don't take Purgatory. It's a waste of a talent, because right, you're dead. Why should you be? It's essentially a battle res. It's a mistake button, but if you want to maximize your character, maximize your damage and shit, don't take it, because it's a waste. It's like saying, oh, I have to put on shit gear, so shit stats, because I have more health. Health does not matter. It's the pure strength for that damage, right? Having a lot of versatility is really good, don't get me wrong. But I can live. Then if I can live, you can live. And that's pretty much it with the Blood Decay guide. Because what else is there to talk about? Oh, when to use your artifact and that. Hit it whenever it's off CD. Because it's like heals for a wet noodle. And never ever hit Blood Drinker with a Fallen Crusader. That's basically it. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring out a guide how to tank a dungeon, like a 15 or something. I'm going to show you what I do. And see you there.